You may love your wife, and she may love you, but she cannot be your source of love. Welcome to the Secure Husband Podcast. Bruce Abbott, certified professional coach and founder of SecureHusband.com, where we help good men learn to stop chasing emotional safety from others and start leading themselves and their homes, their families, and their hearts from a place of strength and personal clarity. If you listen to any of these podcast episodes, you know that we talk about stop seeking validation from your wife and start anchoring yourself in your own strength. And we talk about spiritual strength because that's your source. That's your source of love. This is something deeper than marriage. It is essential to self-healing. Because if you've been walking around feeling rejected every time your wife pulls away, or worthless because she's not affectionate, or you don't think she desires you, and you feel like your identity is tied to her mood or her desire or her affection or initiation, then chances are you've been trying to make your wife your source of love. And that's never going to work. Are those things important in a marriage? Yes, they are. Affection and attraction and desire. But your validation, your self-worth, your self-esteem, your self-love, those have to come from inside. She can never be your source of unconditional love because no human can. Not even the best wife can carry that weight. And your marriage ends up feeling fragile when your wife becomes your emotional source, your source of unconditional love. This is why connecting to a higher power is the foundation for real confidence and leadership. And I always say this is not about religion. This is not about organized religion or going to church or becoming part of a group. This is whatever your higher power is. For me, my faith in God is strong. But for you, it could be the universe. It could be your higher self, a source of wisdom, a spiritual power, something that gives you unconditional love and cements your inherent worth. And that's how you stop reacting from emptiness and being a victim, and you start living from fullness. So for this episode, I'm going to use the word God. You can substitute your higher power. Your wife was never meant to be your God. Let's just get that out there. But for many men, especially those with insecure or anxious attachment, preoccupied attachment, we turn her into exactly that. She becomes our mirror. Her affection, that's our worth. Her rejection, our shame. Her attention is our peace. And we start thinking, if she hugs me, I'm okay. If she initiates sex, I matter. If she pulls away, I've failed. If she doesn't feel love, I have no value. That's not love. That's codependence. That's emotional idolatry. And it creates pressure. It creates pressure on her. It creates pressure on you. It creates pressure on the whole relationship. And it causes the marriage to be dysfunctional. Because now she doesn't just feel like your wife. She feels like your emotional oxygen tank. And no one can live up to that. She can't be your God. She can't be your source of love for yourself and validation for yourself. And we always start the Secure Husband process by just noticing. Notice where you've been seeking. Notice where you've been making her your God. Notice where you've been making her actions into your self-worth. Just ask yourself, where am I looking for safety right now? Who am I expecting to meet the needs I've never met for myself? And when I feel rejected, who am I blaming for the pain? Am I entering that victim mindset? Because if you've made your wife the one person responsible for making you feel wanted and validated and chosen and loved and enough, then you've placed her on a throne, on a pedestal that was never hers to sit on. And the result is you stay anxious and she feels pressured and both of you feel distant. And you think you're doing the right thing by putting her on that pedestal. That's what you've learned to believe. But she doesn't want to be on that pedestal. She wants to be an equal with you. She doesn't want you to worship her more than you love yourself. And healing begins the moment that you get honest about how much of your identity you've outsourced to her. And you just notice that. And then you get to choose. You get to choose to shift your source. This is where you stop saying, she needs to love me more so I can feel okay. And you start saying, I need to connect to something greater, something unshakable, something solid, something that loves me 24/7, 100% of the time, simply because I am, because I breathe air, because I am inherently worthy, and I'm perfectly imperfect. And that shift is everything. When you choose, that's where healing begins. And you're not detaching in an unhealthy way. You're not separating yourself. You're not going off into another room. You're not withdrawing. You're realigning. You're not saying, fine, I'm never going to give her affection, or fine, I'm never going to give her attraction. No. What you're doing is you're choosing a source of unending love for yourself so that you can fill yourself so much with love that you have overflow love for your wife. And that's what she wants. And so you choose to no longer expect my wife to do what only God can do. You choose to no longer demand that she be the one to heal my childhood wounds. You choose to stop making her responsible for my self-love and inner peace and validation. This is where that spiritual connection becomes the most important relationship in your life, more than your wife. And again, whether you call it God, divine love, spirit, universe, your higher self, it's the voice of truth. It's the voice of truth that says you are already loved. You are already enough. You're safe in me. And that's not soft. That's not weak. That's powerful. And that gives you that self-love to be able to meet that wounded part of you inside, that wounded part of you that needed her to be God. This is the part of you inside that still feels like I'm not lovable unless someone shows it or proves it. If I get rejected, I lose everything. She'll leave. If she doesn't choose me, I disappear. That's not your mature, grounded, healthy self. That's your wounded inner boy thinking those things, creating those false core beliefs. That inner boy who felt overlooked or forgotten or unimportant. And you've been trying to use your wife to prove to that boy that he finally matters. But she can't do that. She was never meant to do that. She wasn't there when he got hurt. She doesn't hold the power to heal his wounds. You do, with love, with truth, and spiritual connection to a source of unconditional love and worth. And you say to him, you don't need her to prove your worth anymore, little guy. You're already loved. You're already seen. I'm here. I love you. God is here. He loves you too. That's how you stop making your wife your healer and you start becoming healed. And this is where things really shift, because this is where you begin to accept unconditional love. And when you start to open your heart and just reach out and take this unconditional love that's there from a higher power 24/7, and it's all around you. It's 100% complete. You just have to reach out for it. And when you reach out and let that unconditional love in, it begins to rewire your identity. And you stop looking at your wife for a sense of value. And you start soaking in what divine love says about you. And you become stable. And you're no longer trying to read her facial expressions to figure out if you're enough and walk on eggshells. You're no longer trying to get her attention to feel okay. And you're no longer trying to control the intimacy dynamic to escape your insecurity. Instead, you're connected to something bigger. And you begin to rewire your mind and your heart. And you reverse those old beliefs, those false core beliefs that say, if she doesn't want me, I'm not enough. You replace that with a new truth that says, I am deeply loved and chosen by a higher power, chosen by me. I choose myself. Her desire doesn't determine my worth. You reverse that old belief that says, I have to earn connection. And you accept the new truth that love is not something I earn, it's something I receive and live from. That's what changes everything, when your source of love changes. And when you do this, you're finally ready to bring something new into the relationship, something that hasn't been there before, something that your wife has been craving all along from you, security. You bring security into your marriage because now you're no longer clingy, you're no longer passive-aggressive, you no longer sulk and get butthurt, you no longer are pressuring her for affection. She will give affection because she feels your strength and your security. And you no longer have to interpret her behaviors or her words or her silence as personal failure. Instead, you're grounded and you're consistent and you're emotionally strong. And you are, for the first time, probably ever, emotionally safe. And when you get to that point, you feel confident saying to your wife, I love you. I'd love to be close. But whether you're warm or distant, I'll still be whole because I know where my love comes from. That's powerful. That's confident. That's strong. That's secure. And that creates the kind of space where your wife can finally relax again. And when she relaxes and she's able to trust you, all those things that you've been trying to get and craving all along start to come back. Touch, affection, intimacy. When she's not busy carrying your emotional well-being on her shoulders, she has room to desire you again. This is who she thought she was getting in the first place. And when the honeymoon phase ended and you reacted, it damaged that trust. But now you can lead your life from a spiritual anchor, not an emotional need. This is where the secure husband lives. He no longer waits for his wife to make him feel enough. He already feels enough. He no longer chases sex to prove something, but he uses sex as connection. And your wife wants sex as connection. And a secure husband no longer uses her affection as a scoreboard. He's anchored in something deeper, and he leads instead of being the victim. He leads in his marriage. He leads his family and his children. He leads in purpose and mission and health and friendships and finances. He leads all of that from a place of inner peace and security. He still desires love, but he no longer operates from that wounded little boy just trying to survive. He operates from alignment with something greater, something powerful, unconditional love, unconditional worth. Builds self-confidence, builds self-esteem, and that's where real masculine leadership begins. So if your wife has become your God, your source of identity or worth or peace, hey, it's not your fault. It's what your wounded self learned to do, and it wasn't working, and it's not fair to her. She's not your God, and it's not fair to you or to the marriage because she can't be your source. She wasn't created to be, and she's not rejecting you. She's just trying to survive the emotional pressure, and she just doesn't trust you yet. So your answer isn't to become passive-aggressive or rage and sulk or give the silent treatment or any of those things. The answer is to go deeper inside you and deeper in your spiritual connection to a source of love, and stop looking to your wife for spiritual nourishment and start drinking from that well that never runs dry. And that's what the secure husband is all about. I hope this podcast has been helpful. If so, give me a review, hit that subscribe button for more Secure Husband episodes. Share this episode with someone you think might need to hear this. Visit securehusband.com for more resources and to book one-on-one coaching with me. And I'll see you again on the next Secure Husband podcast. Thanks for listening.